Hello friends, I am Dr. Madhukar Jadhav. In previous lecture, we have studied regarding introduction of septic tank, then construction details of septic tank and the design of septic tank. In this lecture, we are going to study regarding disposal of septic tank effluent, in which we are going to study soak pit, soil absorption system, upflow anaerobic filter, and finally advantages and disadvantages of septic tank. So starting with introduction of soak pit. Disposal of effluent coming from the septic tank is no better than effluent of an ordinary sedimentation tank. It may contain large amount of putrescible organic matter, maybe in the range of 200 to 250 milligrams per liter, and also its BOD is quite high in the range of 100 to 200 mg per liter. This effluent therefore be disposed of carefully to minimize the nuisance or risk to the health of the people residing in that area. Following are the three methods which are used for disposal of septic tank effluent, in which soak pit, soil absorption system and upflow anaerobic filters are important one. So we are going to study these three one by one. In case of porous ground, soil absorption system in the form of soak pit and dispersion trenches are adopted, while in case of non-porous ground, anaerobic filters and biological filters are provided. Next one, soak pit. The wastewater in the septic tank is not pure. It is called as grey water because it still contains organic material that needs to be properly removed. A soak pit is a covered porous walled chamber that allows water to slowly soak into the ground. Pre-settled effluent from septic tank is discharged into the underground chamber, from where it infiltrates into the surrounding soil, and thus suspended particles are removed from the effluent. The design criteria: a layer of sand and fine gravel is spread across the bottom to help disperse the flow of the effluent. The depth of the soak pit may be between 1.5 to 4 meter, but never less than 1.5 meter above the groundwater table. The soak pit is filled with coarse rock and gravel material. The rock and gravel will prevent the walls from collapsing, but will still provide adequate space for the wastewater movement. Next one, working of the soak pit. As wastewater percolates through the soil from the soak pit, small particles are filtered out by the soil matrix and organics are digested by microorganisms, which are anaerobic microorganisms present in the soak pit. Soak pit are best suited to soil with good absorptive properties. So soil types are clay and other type of soils, but hard rock or rocky soils are not appropriate for the soak pit. Maintenance of soak pit. The effluent should be clarified or filtered well to prevent the excessive buildup of the solids in the soak pit, and hence a proper maintenance is required. The soak pit should be kept away from the high traffic area. Percolates and biomass will clog the pit, so it needs to be cleared periodically. For further access, a removable lid should be used to seal the soak pit. So in this figure, this is the wall of the soak pit. So here there will be a brick construction, and here there may be a sand. Then inside of this, a rock or gravels are filled like this. Now the width may be about 900 mm and the depth is about 1.5 to 4 meter. And here dry brick masonry is constructed, in which the pipe from the septic tank is coming and it releases the effluent in this chamber, and then it flows like this, and whatever the particulate matter which are present, they are trapped over here, here, and the soil layer. And whatever the organic matter, whatever the organisms which are present, they also decompose the organic matter from the effluent. Next slide. Advantages of soak pit: can be built and repaired with a locally available material. Small land area is required for its construction. Electric power is not required for the running of this soak pit. Simple technique for all users, means any people can use this soak pit. Disadvantages: pre-treatment is required to prevent the clogging, although eventual clogging is expected. Negatively affect the soil and groundwater properties, or there may be chances of leaching of the effluent to the groundwater, polluting the groundwater tables. Next, soil absorption system. The soil absorption system filters and treats the septic tank effluent before it reaches to the groundwater. At least 1.25 meter of suitable aerated soil beneath the absorption field is needed to renovate the wastewater before it reaches a limiting layer. Limiting layer is nothing but it may be a bedrock or impervious soil layer, or groundwater, or seasonally saturated soil. A soil absorption system may be used in areas of suitable soil with a percolation rate of wastewater through the soil in between 5 to 25 minutes per centimeter. Next one, the soil absorption system usually consists of relatively narrow trenches of about 0.5 to 1 meter deep, 0.3 to 1 meter wide, and length may be about 30 meter. Spacing between the two trenches should be about 2 meter. A set of trenches filled with rock and covered with 9 to 15 inches of soil are used as a soil absorption system. A slope of about 15% is best suited for easy construction of this soil absorption system. Now in this figure, this is a septic tank and this is a dosing tank, and from this dosing tank some distribution boxes are constructed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are the distribution boxes, and through these distribution boxes the effluent is supplied to these trenches. So this is one trench and this is the gap between the trench, then another trench gap of 2 meter, another trench gap of 2 meter. Now this length of the trench may be 30 centimeter, this width may be 0.3 to 1 meter, and the depth may be about 0.5 to 1 meter, and whatever these trenches is there, they are filled with brickbat or rock, and at the top about 9 to 15 centimeter soil layer is deposited. Next one, upflow anaerobic filter. So this is the third type of system which is used for treatment of septic tank effluent. Upflow type of filter called as reverse filter, operating under submerged condition and used for giving secondary treatment to the effluent of septic tank before for its final disposal. Such filters are used in areas which do not permit land disposal, such as in area of high water table or in less porous area, or where sufficient land is not available for construction of say soak pit or soil absorption system. In such filter, the septic tank effluent is introduced from the bottom and the microbial growth is retained on the stone medium, making possible higher rate and sufficient digestion. So, see here, this is the anaerobic filter 1, 2, 3, and this is the inlet chamber. So, first of all, the effluent from septic tank is coming to this inlet chamber, then it is flowing through this pipe. Through this pipe, the effluent is brought at the bottom of this we can say bed, and then it flows in upward direction. Now here the rock and gravels are fixed, and through this gravel bed the effluent passes in upward direction. Now this just act as a we can say trickling filter. The different types of bacteria are attached to this trickling filter and they are attacking on the organic matter which are present in the effluent, and then the clear effluent again passes like this and it is applied to the another one in the same way, third, and then finally treated effluent is taken out through this outlet. Next, the capacity of the unit is about 0.04 to 0.05 cubic meter per capita, or 1/3 to 1/2 of the liquid capacity of the septic tank it serves. So, the capacity is important. Next one, BOD removal of about 70% can be expected and effluent is clear and free from odor and nuisance which is obtained after the passing through these 3 filter beds. It is classified as a single chamber and double chamber type rectangular of flow anaerobic filters. So, it may be single, double or 3 filter we can say chamber. The unit has several advantages with high degree of stabilization, little silage production. Silage means we can say organic matter or sludge, low operating and capital cost, low loss of head loss in filter, about 10 to 15 centimeter in normal working condition. Next slide. Advantages and disadvantages of septic tank. First advantage, septic tank can be constructed easily. Very little attention and attendance is required for the maintenance of septic tank. The sludge is relatively small, most of it is liquefied and digested by the anaerobic bacteria. The reduction in volume is about 60% and reduction in weight is about 30%. Cost is quite small and within the reach of the public or we can say householders. The effluent can be disposed of easily without much trouble. And last one, when once installed, they give long carefree service. So, these are the different advantages. Next one, disadvantages. The size required is large and we can say uneconomical because large construction is required. The effluent is dark and foul smelling with high BOD and is often worse than the influent. Periodic cleaning, removal and disposal of sludge is a tedious one. So, this is all about the different types of soil absorption technique or we can say soak pit and filter, and finally the advantages and disadvantages of septic tank. So, this is enough in this lecture. Thank you.